currently 8:07. When I tell you, this is really pathetic. I haven't gotten up and stayed up at this time in so long. It's terrible. I don't know why I've been struggling with waking up and staying up recently. To feel proud that I can get up and stay up at 8 a.m. kind of crazy. But every time I do really sleep in anyway, sleeping in for me is sleeping to like 9:30. Like that's kind of crazy. And then waking up early at like 7. So I'm like right smack dab in the middle. And I like it, but I do miss waking up at 7. I wish I could more often. I don't know why I can't. I think my issue is when I wake up, I get on that phone like everybody else. I'm no better than anybody else. I get on that phone as soon as I wake up and then I get sleepy and go back to sleep. It's my body wants. It's what my body needs. I'm gonna give it to her. Also, before you are wondering, I did not sleep in a long sleeve. I put my robe on. Fun fact about me, I cannot sleep with the shirt on. I don't know when any of this has changed, but I can't sleep with the shirt on. So I usually have to sleep in a sports bra, which is rare because I don't have any comfortable cotton ones, or no shirt. And 9 times out of 10, it's no shirt. Good morning. Hi, everybody. I hope you're doing fantastic today. We're hanging out for the next 2 days. Y'all seem to love these multiple day vlogs. And I was like, you know what? Let's start these 2 days off with the bang. Let's do some fun stuff that I haven't done in a while. And a few of those things involve showing you behind the scenes of stuff. We're going to go out to some shops today, try new places, blase, blase. I will say something exciting that I do have to do today. I have to film 2 ads today. I was supposed to film one yesterday and one today, but yesterday I wasn't really feeling it, so I wasn't going to force myself. One of them I have to talk, which isn't bad. One of them I don't. So I was like, we could just do both today. I'm literally working with YouTube and Bazooka Candy. Everybody knows who YouTube is. You're literally watching this video on YouTube, so that's really exciting. Bazooka Candy is the people that make several of our favorite childhood candy brands. For example, the candy I am talking about and promoting, Juicy Drop Pop. I'm working with the people who make Juicy Drop Pop. People who make physical, consumable pieces of items that are in physical stores that you can walk in and pick up and buy and crack open and use in the checkout line or the parking lot. I don't want to say it's random, but it's definitely a lot bigger of a deal than I think I'm making it. I don't know why they wanted me, but they want me, so I'm making a little TikTok for them. And the same thing with YouTube. YouTube wants me to discuss getting paid for your passion. And considering I get paid for my passion and this is my full-time job, I was like, clock it, let's do it. And it's not a whole YouTube video either. It's just short form content. So everybody's happy, very easy, very peaceful, very mindful of my schedule and mental health at this time of year. Very demure, because everybody knows my mental health at this time of year. It gets a little bit better from what it was like in May to July, but now it's starting to get a little better. I'm convinced the heat makes me sad because it's like, it's just so hot. I don't want to go anywhere. And now that the weather is like dying down and getting better, it's like I can go somewhere and I will go somewhere and we're gonna have fun. We're gonna have fun. I think it's about that time where I go ahead and get up. I don't think I'm gonna get fully ready to film just now because I do want to eat. Also, my clothes aren't dry because I put them in the dryer before I said hello. I'm a cheater. Got back in the bed after I got up, whatever. I do want to eat before anything. So I think we're gonna make a little breakfast and get today going. I don't know what I'm gonna eat. I've been fiending for some sister super rolls. You know the rolls that they usually serve at church and at Thanksgiving? Oh, I love sister super rolls. I love using the tiny ones to make chicken minis, but different time, different video. I'll show you again. I already have a YouTube video on that, but it's like 10 years old. Let's get some breakfast, man. I don't want to get up. I really did myself dirty, girl. You know you wasn't want to get up and when you got back into bed because the fan is on and it's cold. And I literally got up. I'll give myself like 10 more minutes, but only 10. So I literally have to get up at 8:22 or 8:20. Has to be an even number.
She dies of anaphylactic shock.
Watch one of my more recent videos. I started watching Shameless the night that my cousin, sister, and I had a ramen night, and we all made ramen. It wasn't authentic, but it was fun. Cute little girl activity. Shameless has been on my watch list for like 6 months now, but I was going through it. I cannot handle watching Shameless. I know it's a bunch of chaos 24/7, so I've been putting it on the back burner. I started watching Shameless with my cousin and sister when they came over to make ramen, right? I watched the first episode. It was a lot for me to stomach. Very crude. But after the first episode, it gets a little bit better with the crudeness. So, say that to say, a lot of people spend a lot of time with no clothes in that show, especially around like their friends and stuff, like Fiona and her neighbor Veronica, like blah 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 blah. And it made me think, I personally, this seems so random, but I promise it makes sense. I personally have never been comfortable enough around a friend, and it's probably too early to be discussing this, but whatever. I've never been comfortable enough around a friend to be like naked, like show bare skin. Like I don't do the change in clothes or the change in bras or the change in drawers to where you can see my bare butt cheek or like my cooch lip. I've never, like I don't take shirts off if there's like no bra. Like I don't know what it is, but I've never been comfortable enough. Hey Siri, stop alarm. I've never been.
You don't have any alarms.
Girl, you just said, I don't know if I have any issues or what. But I have never been comfortable enough to do that with people, even if we have been friends for like years. And granted, I remember I saw this TikTok not long ago of this girl saying, like, me showing my bikini wax to my friend to show her how good the wax lady did this time. And I'm sitting here like, how are y'all so comfortable with each other? I just don't understand it. I've never been one of those people to be extremely comfortable when people change in front of me naked. I really don't know what it's about. Like, I don't mind it. Like, I'm not gonna make it like a big deal if somebody does decide to change in front of me, because like, that's your boundary, whatever. I don't know how to explain it. I always thought I was super weird because apparently a lot of people are like that. Like, even with family, the only person I don't really care about doing that is like my mom. But my mom, and I swear it's not just my mom has walked around naked around my house since I was like a kid. So maybe I'm just used to it. And also she gave birth to me, so I don't really care. Hey Siri, set a timer for 1 minute. Even then, you don't see me like changing naked in front of my mom to this day. I don't think it's an issue necessarily. I've just never been comfortable with it. And like, it's different in TV shows because like, you're not there with me. You're a fictional character. I don't know you. I've never been super comfortable with that. And watching Shameless makes me realize a lot of people do it like in real life. And it's just, I've been thinking about it. And I thought I would say something. Maybe I'm just crazy. I don't know. I decided to make, hey Siri, stop alarm. Hey Siri, stop alarm.
You don't have any alarms.
Right. Also, something I've been noticing with my oven and microwave, hate to get used before 9 a.m. It hasn't been responsive in the mornings, and it's kind of blowing me because it's like, costs how much money? And I can't push the buttons when I need it to be done. I literally have to push it like 10 to 15 times. Maybe if I remember to show you tomorrow, I will. But it be blowing me so bad. If it was a regular button, I wouldn't have this issue. You could be grateful for something and still get annoyed by it. Not everything need to be an iPad movie. Is this the most nutritious breakfast? No. Am I happy with what I'm eating and I only live once and I should eat what I want? Yes. I'm gonna make the juice concoction that I have been loving recently because it's so good. Okay, you need orange juice. You're also gonna need some pineapple juice. And then you're gonna need mango juice. Lots of juices right now, I know. But we're gonna take some orange juice, pour it in there, say like 1/3 of the way of how much you want, maybe half if you really want that twangy orange juice flavor. You take some pineapple juice, pour that in there as well. Really acidic drink right now. But we're gonna balance that out with this mango juice. This is the Welch's Mango Twist Juice Cocktail. And we're just gonna pour that in there to bring the sweetness up a little bit. Cavity nightmare. So make sure you like floss and use mouthwash to get the sugar particles out your mouth. But this little juice concoction is so good. Because at first I would just drink pineapple juice and orange juice together. But as somebody who is an avid mango lover, this thing hits. Cheers to a good start to today. Love to see it. Big Leah, not the little one. You say YouTube partner. Aliyah Simone, YouTube partner. Don't play with me. I thought I would show y'all how I have been doing my makeup as of recent when I do decide to wear makeup, because I haven't been wearing it too often, but when I do, it's real quick, easy. Okay, we're doing skin prep today. I'm gonna use the Belif Aqua Balm Eye Gel under my eyes, because if you didn't know, the best way to have floss looking under eyes is to have them be moisturized. I don't know what has been in the air with me lately, but I have just been loving vlogging and making longer videos for y'all. I feel like I used to complain about making longer videos because they always took too long, but I think they only took long because I didn't have a swing or pattern on how to do things. So now that I actually have like an idea of what I'm supposed to be doing, what I should expect when filming, what I should do when I'm editing, it's gotten so much easier. So I hope y'all are enjoying the longer type of videos that we got going on. Also, I'm gonna go in with 2 primers today. I'm definitely gonna be changing after this, so please don't think I'm gonna be going out in this type of attire because it's freaking hot. I'm sitting here thinking, I'm so excited for fall. Fall is on the way. I'm about to open the floor to you right now, okay? About to be into the burr months. If y'all have any special fall or Christmassy type of content you want to see, please let me know. Also, I do want to do Vlogmas again this year. Y'all seem to really like the weekly type of format. I think last year was my first time doing Vlogmas outside of being in school, and it was definitely different. I'm not gonna say it was bad, but me being like self-employed and then I have to make my own schedule, I feel like that kind of took a part in it feeling different. So y'all are so used to seeing me be a student, and it's like usually we're doing finals and stuff, and then it's like, since you're out of school, not saying I don't have much to do, but not very like festive things for me to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, usually finals take up the first 2 weeks, and then we save a lot of the Christmas festivities for the last 2-3 weeks of Vlogmas. And since I'm not in school, I feel like I have to do a lot of that stuff earlier, so that makes me run through stuff faster. If y'all have any
recommendations, things you want me to do, things you want to see again, things you don't want to see again, things you want to see me do in activity wise. I'm in Vlogmas this year. Don't hesitate to let me know, because one thing I'm gonna do is write it down, put it in my back pocket. When it comes to planning them weeks out, I'm gonna be reading them, I promise. This is the e.l.f. Power Grip Dewy Setting Spray. I have been setting my primer a lot more often these past couple weeks, and I will say I have noticed a really big difference with them, and I have been liking how it's been looking. Now I'm gonna go in with the e.l.f. Halo Glow filter, but I think I want to mix my Fenty skin tint in with this as well. I was being nosy in some TikTok comments, and a lot of people were saying if you thought the Halo Glow was good by itself, definitely mix it with your skin tint or foundation. And the Fenty skin tint is my favorite. I swear it literally never runs out. Literally take this much on the back of my hand, swirl, swirl, swirl it in, mix it in, blase, blase. Now that's on my face, I'm gonna take a beauty blender, pat this in, make it look like skin. I always have wanted to learn how to do makeup really, really well, but I don't really know where to start. There's just so much to learn, yet at the same time, I don't wanna say there's not, but all of it just seems like a lot. But I want to learn how to do my makeup really good and just be really good at it. Be able to channel the most exciting and calm at the same time. Simultaneously calm and exciting parts of my day. My makeup, because I get to sit, relax, not do much, and just sit and touch my face and play in my face, watch TV or whatever show I'm binging right now, which right now is Shameless. Oh, since we're talking about Shameless again, let me just say, I just started season 3, and I'm one of those people where I don't really care about spoilers, especially when it comes to older shows. Actually, I don't really care about spoilers at all, because I feel like even if something is spoiled, the build up to the thing that was spoiled is more important than the spoiler, if that makes sense. Like, for example, my sister was telling me something happens in season 4 of Shameless, but she didn't want to tell me because it kind of changed the trajectory of the whole show. And I was like, I'm gonna watch it regardless. So she told me what happened, and it was like kind of shocking, but then I sat up here and thought about it, and I was like, I need to see what led up to that for it to be a little bit more shocking. But maybe that's just me. I'm going in with the Drunk Elephant bronzing drops. I've just been snatching TikTok people's techniques for the past couple weeks. I'm sorry, but I did see somebody on TikTok use these bronzing drops as their actual bronzer. Somebody who uses mainly liquid products, and I don't necessarily want to use powder yet to set it. Perfect. If a show is over like 5 years old, you kind of lost the right to like be like, oh, don't spoil it for me. Now, I understand if it's like a show that just came out, you can wait like a month or 2 to talk about it on the timeline. But I literally cannot stand when people are like, it'll be the oldest shows, when they're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you spoiled this for me. The season came out in 2007. What are we spoiling? Like, what are we spoiling? Like, for example, I remember I talked about who Gossip Girl was. I think it was in a video or on a live stream or something like that. And somebody was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you spoiled it for me. Gossip Girl, the original, not the reboot. Rest in peace to her. That season and episode has been out for over 10 years now. No way that you have ducked who Gossip Girl was for 10 plus years now. No freaking way. What do you mean I spoiled George O'Malley dying in graves for you? George? You're worried about George? Literally one of the least important characters in the show? Yeah, I think Pretty Little Liars was one of the biggest ones that I saw in modern time, but a lot of people dropped off watching the show, so I kind of understand why nobody knew who A was. I'm gonna take the tiniest amount of these bronzing drops and put it on my nose as my nose contour. I know a lot of stuff that happens in Shameless, and if y'all want to talk about stuff that happens in the comments, I literally won't care if it gets spoiled, because seeing how the writers go about major plot points that get spoiled is so much more interesting than the spoilers themselves. I will say, I don't want to put too much faith into a writing team ever when it comes to a show, but right now the writing in Shameless is pretty solid. Shameless is one of those shows where you're gonna hate everybody at a certain point, and I feel like if I'm like, oh, I like such and such right now, people are gonna be like, why would you like them? They did X, Y, and Z. It's because I'm not there yet. I liked everybody in the first season except Frank and except Monica Gallagher. Those two I was not rocking with. Season 2, everybody was getting on my nerves except Fiona. Literally except Fiona. That's mother. I need them to be calm and be at peace, because I cannot keep living like this. This is my family at the end of the day, and I can't stand to see them suffer. Just being honest. Also, my makeup looks so good on camera today. Some of these plot points in this show, absolutely ridiculous. What do you mean the 2-year-old is collateral? Frank Gallagher, not seeing heaven. Karen, not seeing heaven. But yeah, this show's pretty, it's actually really good. I know for a fact, if you watch The Bear, because Jeremy Allen White is in Shameless as well, if you watch The Bear and that stressed you out, I would put Shameless at like a 10 for how chaotic it is and how much stuff is going on at the same time. And then in comparison to The Bear, I'd probably put it at like a 5 or 6 compared to Shameless. That's how bad it is. If you get easily stressed out, I don't think Shameless is the show for you. I literally have told y'all that I'm breezing through grays, but I literally just got to the part of the show, well, let me not say just got to, but Christina most recently left. Like, that was the biggest plot point that happened in the show, and it's like, Ever since Sandra Oh left, it don't feel the same. That's just me being honest. She just brought so much life to the show, and she did such a good job playing Christina. When she left, it was like another one of my faves gone. You took Mark, you took Lexi, you took Addison, now you're taking Christina. Literally after that plane crash, nothing was the same. And I'm so mad at Shonda Rhimes for doing so. It's like, girl, do you hate us? She obviously hates us. I'm taking the e.l.f. Halo Glow Highlight, which has been one of my favorite liquid highlighters the past couple months. Just blends so flawlessly into the skin. My skin looks so good. I noticed I had a few little whiteheads on my face. I think it's because I've been wearing makeup a little bit more than normal recently, and I'm not really the biggest fan of it. So I have to do some skincare tonight, because me adding some more makeup to that is not necessarily helpful. I was really on a really big Grey's Anatomy kick, and then I started Shameless, and then Grey's just got like booted out the window. Like, Grey's is out, Shameless is in, babe. I wish I was one of those people who did a really good job of watching several shows at a time, because for some reason, when I watch a show, I am fixated on it. I cannot watch anything else. I sadly tried to start Love Island season 6 in between watching Grey's and starting Shameless, and it just didn't work. I literally watched one episode and was like, I want to watch Grey's, and then I started watching Shameless, and Grey's has just been on the back burner since then. I'm gonna go with the second round of setting spray using the Urban Decay All Nighter Long Lasting Makeup Setting Spray. Real OG, if you will. I'm not done yet, but we are almost there. My mom is so funny. I actually probably should collect a bunch of her messages and make one of those TikToks that are like messages from my mom that alter my brain chemistry. For example, she texted us at 7:42 and said, Cashew told me 10 toes in, we'll be standing on business. I'm a big stepper. What are you talking about? I feel like I've been talking a lot about my family recently, or just like including them in my content more recently. I'm very grateful that my family dynamic is the way it is. I'm glad they're entertaining. I'm glad I was shown at a really young age that it's important to know people who are going to be in your corner no matter what. Even if you don't talk to them for a few months at a time or see them for a few years at a time, they're always going to love and care about you. And if you need something, they are there. Also, coming from somebody who's from a really big family, I always found it super interesting from people who have like 2 cousins. What do you mean you have 2 cousins? Holidays are a full production in my family tree, babe. We have like 30 to 40 people every major holiday. Thanksgiving, be deep. Christmas, be deep. I think last year, not including the kids under 2, for Thanksgiving, Christmas last year, we had 36 people. If we want to start including people from other cities, babe, we could easily have 100 people per holiday, but whose house is holding that? Nobody's, especially not mine. Every time I show my family, especially around the holidays, y'all are like, oh my gosh, like, Aaliyah, your family is so funny. Like, show them more. But I value my family's privacy and safety over everything, so I try to limit how much I show people, because I don't care if people comment on what I'm doing, but the second you start commenting on people I care about, it's beef. It's literally beef. That's why I don't really like to show significant others like too often. Like, you'll know they're there and they'll be around, but not enough to the point where people can say too much about like something they said or like what they were wearing. Same thing with friends. I still show my friends and cousin and siblings, like I would say more often than I had in the last like couple years, but I do that because I don't want people to talk about them, because people will talk about anything that you give them. You can talk about me all you want. You can talk about how you think I'm a mess, how you think I'm lost in life, but the second you're like, oh, her sister, her sibling, no. And granted, nobody has done that to me directly in comments, but I've seen it happen with some of my mutuals, and I'm like, not to be like, that's why I don't do that, but that's why I don't do that. I'm not about to sit up here and give somebody the platform to talk about somebody I love. Like, no. Currently in the lab, as one may call it, and I'm about to film my brand deal for YouTube and Bazooka. YouTube is first though, because I cannot wear this in my Bazooka ad due to me not being able to wear logos and other ads. YouTube actually sent me a few things to include in my video. For example, they sent me this cute little YouTube light, and I think it's so adorable. I'm gonna use it in my actual brand deal ad in the background. And then I think I also wanna put my plaque behind me. If you ever watch my streams, or I'm gonna show you right now, I have this cute little like shelving situation back there, and I think I'm gonna put my plaque on it just to show like I know what I'm talking about, considering what the like campaign is about. Cute. I'm gonna be from this angle over here, so it'll be perfectly seen. I did 2 takes for my YouTube brand deal because I wasn't sure. Hello? I did 2 takes for my YouTube brand deal because I wasn't sure if I was gonna like the first one. And if you ever do anything ever in your life, just know 2 takes is always better than 1, because if you hate something in the first one, baby, what you gonna do? Suffer? Yes, you're gonna suffer. I got through so many shirts today. Please don't get mad at me. I actually, funny story, I was working with Bazooka, where I am working with Bazooka right now, and they sent me the wrong candy to include in the ad that they wanted me to film for them, so I have to refilm the ad. It shouldn't take long. I think that one should actually take not as much time as the YouTube one, but thankfully it's not a lot of talking head, it's just a lot of B-roll. But I do have to change my shirt because they will kill me if they see a YouTube logo in the ad. Easiest part, honestly. This is really good though. I went ahead and finished all my filming for my brand deals. It's currently 12:13 and I'm just now getting in the car. Decided today I wanted to go out and do some work because I have found that when I stay in the house, surprisingly, I get severely depressed. Who would have thunk it? We're gonna actually, instead of going to a coffee shop, we're gonna go to a donut shop that I've never been to physically. I know we usually don't do sweet treats and stuff like that, but I really want to start because I want to snack and I wanted to go work, but I wasn't really wanting to drink coffee this late because it is past noon and I'm trying to get my sleep habits back on track. So we're gonna go ahead, go to the donut shop, and this is the fit. Let's do a fit check real quick. This entire outfit, except for the shoes, is from Tilly's. This cute little flowy shirt, and then I'm wearing my New Balance 550s, and then I have my tote, which isn't really cute or matches the fit, but it's the bag of the day, so I thought I would share. Okay, so I'm currently at the Salty Donut. The music in here is really loud and it's a lot smaller than I thought it was gonna be, but I went ahead, ordered, I sat down, I got a strawberry not toasted, frosted Pop-Tarts. They make all their stuff in-house. They have coffee, donuts, everything. The scenery here is so nice. This is the part of South End I love. Like kind of out the way, away from the designer foolishness, and more like smaller business over here. So I'm loving the atmosphere here. It's so cute and it's so nicely decorated in here. Like vibes, vibes, vibes. Parking, they validate parking to make it free. And I already paid for 2-hour parking, but I know for next time, because there will be a next time that I come here, I will be getting coffee and sitting here for at least 5 hours people watching. That's like my favorite activity. Let me do a taste test real quick. This is so good and flaky. Sweet but not too sweet. I'm obsessed. We are back in the car and I'm ready to give my review on the Salty Donut, or the Salty as it says on the building. My Pop-Tart was bomb. It was so good. It was so flaky. It was so sweet, but not too sweet. And the frosting was actually so good. I almost didn't know what to do with myself. I almost bought a second one, but I was like, we're practicing restraint in August and September, so we need to buy what we need. So I only had one. I would come back here. My one beef is with the parking. Lots of street parking and only 2-hour limit. I understand because there's a lot of small shops and stores around here, so they probably don't want people coming in and taking up too much space. Also, if my shirt is bothering you because it looks uneven, it's supposed to be asymmetrical. Just clearing that up. One beef is with the parking, but other than that, it's really good. I feel like it's fairly priced as well, and for everything to be made in-house, I am thoroughly happy with the quality. I'm gonna give it like a smooth 7 out of 10. I was gonna give it an 8, but the parking, y'all know how I get about parking. I don't play about my parking. I'm trying a new lip combo today. I have the Revlon Color Stay Longwear Lip Liner in the shade Mauve, and then I have the NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Creme Brulee. So I'm gonna try these together, but I've been trying to find some cute lip combos to match my skin tone really well, and Mauve seems to be like the best color for me personally. I feel like it would be extra cute if I use the NYX Butter Gloss in Tiramisu instead of Creme Brulee, but I don't think this is bad. This is pretty cute. I've been trying to find a good lip combo. Sorry, I'm turning my AC on, so if you hear it, I apologize. I feel like I've been trying to find a new lip combo for the past few months, and I just haven't found anything to where if I'm not wearing it, I feel weird, and I want to get to the point where I feel weird unless I have a lip combo on. Something about it just screamed grown lady. I can't explain why or how or why I think that or feel that way, but I do. I personally love this area. I feel like I would enjoy this area a lot more if it wasn't so busy all the time. Like, why is there constantly people here? I don't know, but I decided last minute. I think today is gonna be one of those days where I go on a midday date with my significant other. He started a new job a few months ago, and usually we do lunch dates like randomly, and I have yet to go to his new job and have a lunch date with him just because I just haven't. So I am gonna go have lunch with him today for the first time at his new job, and I'm so excited. Oh, I thought you said I could take your spot. Star. Who you got? You got Megan or you got Lotto? Bought me the whole foods, so he can give me some more flowers.
Very demure.
The bouquet is actually really cute. We went pink and white, or he went pink and white. You know he picks them.
You know how I get.
He picks and pays. I put them away. And then he got me a bowl. Show my love for you.
Can I show my love for you?
I never been to. Oh, ignore my shoulder, huh? Thank you. Ignore my shoulder. I'm carrying a 10-pound tote that he said, you're just on a roll today. Lunch, flowers, and you carrying my bag. Hit a pose. No, we're supposed to be playing just to impress.
What's that? How do I do it?
They be like, thank you. I'm so happy with my flowers. I am off stream officially. I did a cute little, also so cute. Once again, are you kidding? I was on stream for 3 hours today, and I was only supposed to be on there for like 2 and some change. It was smooth, per usual. Typical Mac user experience with The Sims. I had some technical difficulties, but you gotta do what you gotta do. It wasn't as chaotic today as my 100 baby days usually are, but it was still very eventful. We had science babies, we moved some kids out, everybody basically aged up today. And yeah, if you're ever interested in Sims gameplay, I stream on Twitch. I will say, today on stream, I was a little bit more tired than I normally am, and I think it was because I didn't take my pre-stream nap. Usually I take a nap before I stream, minimum 2 hours. Would it be crazy to keep in this lane? No, that looks crazy. Let's just kind of, don't be lazy. I did eat lunch before I got on stream, and that definitely helped with my energy levels, but I was yawning like crazy this stream, and I feel like constantly yawning gives off the sense that like you're tired because you're bored, and that's never ever ever my intention. And it's crazy because I feel like I wasn't even really sleepy. I just kept yawning, and I don't know what that was about. Even though people be clowning me for the naps I take, I've always been a napper. If you need a midday pick me up, a nap is gonna do it every single time. Like literally every single time. I think I'm gonna go ahead and get my stream exported so I can get it uploaded to my second channel. Yeah, after hours, I post all my old streams on there in case people miss them or they just don't want to get a Twitch account. It's always on YouTube. So I'm gonna do that tonight. I'm gonna run it through Final Cut, cut out some unnecessary stuff, such like the beginning and end of my streams, like my title cards, get that exported while I'm in the shower. Really easy process. The leaves are cute until it's time to put the flowers in a vase, and I don't have a vase that can fit something this thick. I'm literally gonna take off like 3 leaves. My significant other let me pick the base, or I asked him if I could pick the base, and then I let him pick whatever else he thought would be cute with these. Did a pretty damn good job. Flowers are looking gorgina. I low-key think getting unready has become my favorite time of the day in my vlogs, because I feel like recapping our girls day, like our friend day, and it's like we kind of talk about everything that we already did, and then it's like anything else that comes to mind. It's like a cute little like wrap up for the end of the day. You don't feel the same? I hope you do. When I went to the donut shop or the bakery, whatever you want to call it, I didn't finish everything perfectly. Finished everything to the point where I know exactly where I need to put like certain sound effects and what songs and stuff I need to use for my ads that I use today. So that is all pretty much taken care of. So they're not completely finished, but they are finished enough to where it'll take little to no time to finish it, either tonight or tomorrow. If you were to ask me to do an ad in like 2020, 2021, I would literally film, edit, upload that video the day before it was due or the day that it was due. It gave you never cared about your job. It gave you were not grateful for the opportunity that you took, and the least you could do was give these companies a little bit of your time for the money they were giving you and like try to do the brand deal. But you know, it's fine. We're not there anymore. I just want to get to bed at a really decent time because it's currently 10 and I'm tired. That nap, me not taking, not to sound like a toddler, but like I need my nap. I really sound like those millennial corny t-shirts, like don't talk to me before I had my coffee in the morning. Like I generally need my nap to feel like awake, but now that I don't have a nap in my system, I guess I'm just gonna be going to sleep really early tonight, because I'm usually sleepy at 10, but never like I debated on just sleeping on the couch because I feel like doing my whole night routine. I think tonight's gonna be a really nice self-care night. I really want to wind down with good aromas. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead. We're gonna get in the shower and get ready for the night, because I am not severely tired, but I am ready to get in the bed. So good morning. You're talking to the CEO of wearing cute fall outfits in August in the South. I wanted to wear a bodysuit, so I put on my Skims bodysuit, I put on these pants, and I'm like, something isn't right, something is missing. So I'm throwing this on. I actually don't really like this green with this. Let me try something else. Brown today. Y'all know I love wearing brown. Might as well. And I'll probably wear my Birks. It's just so weird wearing high-waisted pants now because I'm so used to wearing them lower. Maybe I should change. I'm gonna change. It's day 2 of this vlog. Last night after I got out the shower. Well, actually no, before the shower. I actually had a headache last night, but I wanted to go to sleep. So I didn't know if I could take ibuprofen and Benadryl together. So I just took the Benadryl because usually a good sleep usually gets rid of the headaches anyway. And I've been having trouble falling asleep the past couple nights. So I was like, you know what? Good old Benadryl. Let's do it. So I took my Benadryl, fell asleep, no problem. Woke up 7:30 per usual. Well, not per usual, but like yesterday, I still had the headache. Dazed and confused as to why this headache is still bothering me. So I currently have a little bit of a headache, and at first I wasn't going to film today. I was gonna wait a couple days and film day 2. But I was like, where's the fun in that? You know, let's tough it out. Let's show everybody that you have raging headache. Today's agenda, I absolutely have to get a move on editing this video that I'm supposed to be posting in 2 days, and I haven't even started yet. And there's 6 hours of footage. And for some freaky deaky reason, I have not been able to edit at home. So we're gonna go out again today to, you know, get a little sweet treat, potentially get a coffee, blase. And yeah, everything's gonna be good and smooth in regards to that. So that's the main plan for today. Get this video at least halfway done so I can start doing the final edit between today and tomorrow. I also have my weekly updates call meeting today at 3. I'm not sure if we're gonna have it because we really only have them if there are updates to share. But I don't think we're gonna have any updates. I think we're still gonna do the call though, just because I have stuff due today. I've been seeing a bunch of like cucumber salad recipes by this creator named Logan, and I wanna try one, so maybe we can go to the store and get the ingredients. I always wanna say supplies, but get the ingredients for that. And it prevents me from spending money on eating out. Even though I'd love to eat out, getting a coffee and eating out in the same day, we gotta like at least try to act like we're trying to not spend money every day, you know? Oh, also, I want to make breakfast. I know we had rolls yesterday, but I want something to keep me full enough to where if I hypothetically don't eat again till like 2 or 3 o'clock, I won't be like miserable. So I think I'm gonna make some oatmeal because oatmeal's always been super filling. We haven't made a matcha since this video started. I feel like I haven't made a matcha in a really long time, period. So we're gonna make a matcha. But today is fun because I actually bought and recently received the Nami Matcha brand, which is your mama Ashley's brand. We're gooping and gagging and wondering if I could review the matcha. So here I am having it for the 4th time, officially. I love this matcha. This matcha is so good. It's what the hell? Oh, that scared the shit out of me. They're also cutting the grass, so I apologize, but this is the matcha that she came out with. Super cute packaging, honestly love it. We're gonna take half a teaspoon, sift. Also, we're cold whisking today. I feel like I should slow down on my matcha content because I don't want it to get to be too much, but I thoroughly like posting about it, and it also does well, so it's win-win for everybody. Y'all know I love to read and do everything like that, but I can't post a new book review or like do stuff like that every single day. Matcha videos are quick and easy for me to make, and I enjoy making them, and then I get a good drink out of it, so it's a win-win for me personally. I'm still gonna post them, but probably not nearly as often as I was. I don't want y'all to get tired of it. I don't get tired of it, but at the same time, it's like, you know. But the only reason I said this because I had a comment bring it to my attention that I do post about it a lot. Definitely one of my interests and things that I like to do. I feel like if I mixed more coffee content into my matcha content, it would be a lot more balanced. So if y'all want coffee videos back, I'm more than happy to do coffee and matcha videos instead of just matcha. I got that comment and I was like, oh my gosh, God forbid a girl has hobbies. But kind of found out they were like genuinely being like, okay, like this kind of overkill, like slow down. And then I was like, you know what? They're kind of right. I kind of do post about this a lot. Sometimes I forget people be saying stuff because they care and they're actually trying to like make my content better, and I don't need to get defensive about it all the time. Simple. Y'all, I do know that there's listerias in the milk. I just simply don't care. I appreciate y'all for telling me though. It's very sweet that y'all think about me when you see stuff like that, because it's like, you pay attention. You can barely see it in the front. Okay. Very light green today. Probably could use more matcha, but this matcha is very potent. So that's what I'm talking about. That is what I am talking about. Matcha is made. Breakfast is cleared, baby. It's time to do the tiniest bit of work before we head out for the day. I randomly decided that I actually want to do or finish up those last couple shorts that I was working on yesterday before I go over to somewhere to actually like work, because I want to be able to focus on this main video because it's supposed to go up in 2 days now and it hasn't been started, and I don't like missing Sunday uploads unless something is like actually happening to me. So I want to get done as much as I can at the shop And I can't do that if I still have 2 shorts to work on. I did some stuff yesterday, so I know exactly what I want to do where. I know what music I want to use. I know what sound effects I want to put, screen grabs that I want to insert for this stuff. So it shouldn't take too long. It's really just getting the music in for one of them and then putting a screen recording in another, and I should be done. So this shouldn't take any time at all. Is on. Cashew's mad that I'm leaving. We're gonna go ahead and go work for the day. No, you're staying home.
So I ended up changing my mind and coming to a place that I already have been to before, because the first place I went to, I think the coffee shop was like inside of a church, and when I showed up to the church that it was at, I would have went in, but the church that it was in, it wasn't sitting right with me, so I came to the People's Market instead. If you are a watcher of over like 2 years for me, this place is not new to you. I used to come here all the time, and I actually got a strawberry lemon muffin, gluten-free. Not my favorite texture, but I'm gonna eat it because I paid for it. And I also bought a sandwich. Even though I said we were gonna make lunch with the cucumber salad, yeah, cute in theory. I think I'm gonna switch my video schedule around a little bit so I can post a different video before I post another vlog. But technically this video is still in the works, so I don't know how this is gonna go or turn out or whatever. I'm gonna try my best to figure it out while I'm here. Hello. Some of my lash. I've been back in my house since about 5 p.m. and it's currently 8:14. I got a phone call from my dear beloved cousin Nia, and once I get a phone call from one of my family members, we gonna kiki hoo hoo ha ha up until we can't no more, or until somebody's eating dinner. And she got dinner. Here I am, called my sister. We was kikiing, giggling, Pretty Little Liars, Shameless, Glee, blah blah blah. Asked my significant other a question, and then I hung up on him, and now I'm sitting here by myself in my house feeling amazing, cuddled up with my blanket. I'm currently watching YouTube and I don't know what I'm gonna have for dinner, and considering it's 8:15, that is probably an issue, to say the least. I really don't want to get in the habit of getting food delivered anymore, especially if it's off my own coin, if you will. But it's Friday night, so I want to not treat myself, but not cook. And it's already 8:15. Part of me wants ramen, but ramen is just way too expensive. I'm gonna just get Popeyes. Ghost pepper wings, a small Coke, fries, and that's all I want. I'm watching the Unapologetically Shameless Recap Part 1 by Kane Varner, and I'm having the time of my life because I am watching Shameless right now. Y'all know that already. And then my sister is watching Pretty Little Liars for the first time, like ever. To make me want to rewatch Pretty Little Liars. And I told my sister, like, the big 2 TV shows for the fall time is Pretty Little Liars and Gossip Girl. Every time I see an immense amount of clips of either one of those shows on my For You page or on my timeline on Instagram, I know fall is shortly around the corner. I think it might be time for my annual Gossip Girl rewatch as well as my Pretty Little Liars rewatch, because I started watching Gossip Girl with my significant other earlier this year, but we never finished the show. My significant other doesn't like binging TV shows. He likes to watch like at most 3 episodes of a show at a time. I am a binge watcher when it comes to TV shows though, because I literally just started Shameless, I want to say like a week ago or like 8 days ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, and I'm already on season 3. My videos are a little delayed when it comes to when I film them versus when I post them, so I can like continue being consistent. When I was starting to rewatch Grace, I was like, oh, I'm in season 2, and then by the time I finished editing that video and posted it, I was on season like 5 or like 6, and then by the time I was like, oh, I'm on season 5 or 6, I was literally on season like 8 or 9, about to be 10. And I was sick and had COVID, and one of my more recent videos, my homeowner diaries video, I literally started season 11 in that show, and that was me slowing down. Like, I was sick binging that show. I don't care if it was background noise, whatever. I literally was just having the time of my life. I love shows I can analyze and dissect and stuff like that, but sometimes I really just love a good show where I am able to put it on and tune into it, but I don't have to put all my attention into it. And I think that's why I rewatch a lot of shows that I have watched before. I don't watch a lot of new TV or movies at that. So that's why I rewatch shows, because it's like background noise, but I don't have to pay attention to what's going on, but I still know what's going on. But if there's a show that I can use like 80% of my attention, like 70% of my attention to watch, such as
If there's a show that I can dedicate like 70 or 80% of my attention to, but still like get stuff done, like Shameless specifically, because I feel like I can watch it and pick up on stuff if I want, but if I don't want to, I don't have to like be glued to the screen looking. I can still hear what's going on. So if you're ever like, did you ever watch such and such show? Probably not. Same thing with movies. I have not watched a lot of movies. I try to do a really good job of updating my letterbox when I do watch a movie. Yeah, I really don't watch or consume a lot of media that involves watching things. I love media that I can listen to. I said I should tell you what's going on. Like, friend, I did not leave you at that shop at all. I did not leave you at the People's Market. I'm gonna go ahead, wait for my food to get here, and I will talk to you in a little bit because I'm still importing footage and organizing my footage for a vlog that I still have yet to edit. Love that for me.
The club who he joins in his hotel room.
My room is like 5 different colors right now. Kind of confusing, kind of a headache to look at, so I apologize. This is a lot. I don't mean for it to be this way, but I am updating my Fortnite game because the new season literally just came out and I forgot to do it last night. But I wanted to show you Cash's night routine for when he's on 10. I always have issues with Cashew calming down at night because he be on 10. Like, I don't know what it is, and my mom swears since he has a cute little night routine at her house, I should try it here so he'll know that it's time to go to bed. He has this like foam that he uses. It's literally from Marshall's. It's literally just waterless foaming pet shampoo. I showed up his vet this and they were like, yep, you're good. He's really good with that. I take a few pumps, rub it in a baby wipe so it's not as thick because Cashew doesn't always like certain textures and this is one of them. He gets his body wiped down. He looks crazy right now. Everywhere, even his tail and his butt. I'm not gonna show you that because I'm not gonna expose my son like that. It's into his hair. Usually my mom will literally just use the wipes that he uses that essentially does the same thing as the shampoo I just used. Brush his hair out so he feels more like himself. So now his entire body is wiped down. And then because he sniffs a lot of stuff outside, I will take the tiniest bit, put it up under his neck, chest, because it does touch the grass outside. Get all around, get the top of his head, his ears. And Cashew has actually really bad allergies. I know I said it before, but he has medicated cleansing pads for his feet that I clean his feet with every night because if I don't, they get itchy and he will lick them and they will smell like potatoes in no time. And I only ever put this on his feet after he gets cleaned up for the night because if not, it defeats the whole purpose because this is literally like medicated. So I do the same with his ears so he doesn't scratch his ears a lot. That also bothers him, and you're done. But I'm about to go downstairs and get Cashew's sleep shirt along with a pint of ice cream because this Friday night is going to be spent with a pint of ice cream, Fortnite live streams, and watching Shameless on my TV. I feel like there's levels to adulthood, and one of them is watching Shameless on your TV. Probably one of the craziest shows that anybody could watch on their TV because the amount of crudeness that is in the show. But I'm grown, I live alone, I'm home alone 95% of the time, so might as well enjoy it, right? Got your moo-moo? Why would they do that? Oh, Debbie! Okay, y'all, it's currently 12:29 a.m. and I am about to head to sleep for the night. Definitely not, my TV just turned off. Excuse you. That's my light. It is way past my bedtime. I was not expecting to stay up this late tonight, but I did, and I'm ready to go ahead and go to sleep. For some reason, I'm still not like that tired, but I know I should be going to sleep soon. Ice cream was delish. Shameless episode was great, and now I'm ready to go to bed. Cashew in the bed. I'm in the bed, bonnet on, glass about to come off. That being said, thank you so much for hanging out with me the past couple days. I'm also appreciating how much you are actually enjoying hanging out with me, so it means a lot you want to spend this much time with me. And yeah, I hope we get to do it again sometime. If you like the video, make sure you like, subscribe, follow the socials, and join my Discord to get announcements whenever I post a video. We're live on Twitch. Stream on Twitch every Monday, Thursdays, and sometimes Saturdays. With all that being said, I hope you have an amazing morning, evening, or night wherever you're on the world, and I will see you on the next one. Night. Bye. See you later.